Let's take a look at the Skechers Go Run Max Road 5. So it's $135. It's out now. It is a 38-32 stack height, so a giant stack height at a very light weight of 8.3 ounces, 235 grams, and a US 9. And actually, compared to the Max Road 4 Plus, my sample is 8 grams or 0.3 ounces less. What's different? Well, we have an H-shaped plate of carbon infused plastic just ahead of the midfoot. Before we didn't have that, and we have that very much pillared effect. So this was a shoe that some of our testers struggled with the forefoot, particularly if you were a forefoot lander. I didn't, although it wasn't a shoe to run slow in. It gets a new engineered mesh upper. The upper was a big part of some of the problems as it was kind of near knit-like before. Now we have an engineered mesh very similar to the Ride 9, which was excellent. So I've taken them out for 2 runs so far, about 6.2 and about 5.9 in Park City on the rail trail and up and through Round Valley. So I'm going to give you my impressions of how things went, the fit, and the ride, and some comparisons. Hello everybody, I'm on the rail trail here in Park City. There's an old mine over there, and I'm headed this way into Round Valley. So let's talk about the fit of our Max Road 5s. Okay, true to size, no question about it. The fit is generous in the toe box. As you can see, the upper mesh is relatively unstructured and thin. This is my second run. I can already tell you they're very breathable. There is lots of toe box height here, lots of room display, but we're very well held. You can see on the sides, those 3D printed overlays really help lock down the foot. Here we do not have a gusset tongue in this quite unstructured upper, and those overlays really help for that. The heel hold is just fine, no issues whatsoever. The rear of the shoe feels quite a bit like the Ride 9 from Skechers. In terms of you've run in some of the older Max Road, this is a far superior upper, more breathable, better foothold, none of the knit stuff, none of the sloppiness, fairly conventional mesh, just about right, similar to the Ride 9. So I'm gonna keep running. Okay, now moving along in the dirt, we're in what's called Round Valley. We're on gravel, grip is good here. They climb really well. You do notice the very front of the plate, the H plate, on the steep uphill, but not so much on the flat. It definitely provides some propulsion, plus you got that flexibility up front, so they climb really well. Okay, second run in the Skechers Max Road 5 in the books. So before I get to the ride, let's talk a teeny bit more about the upper, because the upper does affect the ride here. As you can see, we have these overlays, 3D overlays running all down the front, to the front, similar to what the Endorphin Speed from Saucony does. And what that does is actually helps the ride. In the Max Road 4 and Max Road 4 Plus, I found slow paces very low at the heel, very soft, almost impossible to do for me. The shoe being really much more fun at faster paces. Well, with this new upper, similar to the Ride 9, you can see the heel counter, and our overlays running to the front, I'm much more directed right off the bat, even at slow paces. So that's a big plus. This engineered mesh upper, very simple. There's no gusseted tongue. We have just a moderately padded, kind of softer leatherette tongue here, very nice. Foothold is excellent, breathability is excellent. This is not the sloppy knits or near knits that we had in the prior Max Road, very similar to the Ride 9, as I said earlier, but with a roomier, kind of a little bit more unstructured toe box. Now, as far as the ride, so I've done 2 runs, total of about 13 miles, combination of rail trail, uphill on a gravelly bike path, steep downhill, my usual loop here in Park City. And there's a big change for if you're familiar with the Max Road 4. In the Max Road 4, same outsole, I don't see any differences whatsoever. We have kind of this pillared approach, and we had a very flexible, soft shoe. And some of our testers really struggled with especially if they supinated, landed up near the front with blisters and so on and so forth. I didn't, and some of our other testers didn't, but the shoe kind of lacked something to kind of stabilize the front, especially if you landed way up front. So the new plate, that H-shaped carbon infused plastic plate that we have here, doesn't take out all the flexibility out of the shoe. It's more a mid-foot plate. Let me flex the shoe. We got plenty of front flexibility. The plate feels like it's right about in here, H-shaped. It feels a bit like Adidas Torsion, but it's broader in feel, So that gives a bit of rigidity to the landing. Actually, for the first time in a Skechers, I feel the M strike, what they call the M strike, through here actually working, except for maybe some of the speed or the elite shoes with the H plate, where you could really, where it was a very harsh kind of feel. Now the plate itself is not really sensed on the flat. You will sense maybe the front at the flex point, which I assume is right about there. You'll feel it sort of a little bit across the foot, a little bit of pressure because there is an interface, but it's nothing compared to the H-shaped plates in the speed shoes where it's very, very harsh. So the plate, for me, seems to provide a propulsive effect also, combined with the flex. It's exactly what I like. So this really makes the shoe from kind of a used to be kind of a fun, kind of difficult to control, maybe recovery shoe for some people, some of our testers. I liked it as kind of a fast shoe, into a super light, because we're only 8.3 ounces here. I think the lightest really daily trainer with such a huge, and the stack height here is 3832 with a weight of 8.3 ounces. And in grams, that's 235 grams, so that's really, really light. If you want to compare just by weight, and I'll do some comparisons later, the Ride 9 from Skechers, same weight, but only 34.28, so 4 millimeters less all around. The Nova Blast from Asics, an ounce and a half heavier, that's a lot, with a 38.30 stack height. So we have more 4-foot stack height here, same heel, and we weigh considerably less. Another close comparison in weight, and also use the Mach 4 from Hoka. A bit more stable, I think, at the heel, 8 ounces, 29.24. Again, we have 38.32 here. So this is about the lightest daily training shoe with a max stack height that I can think of, and now with its new stabilizing H plate, it really does become a potential for not only a long run shoe but a daily trainer. So this is a really, really good update. The addition of the H plate and this great new upper really puts this shoe into contention, if you will, for daily training, long runs, and potentially also, I think, marathons for folks who want a max cushion kind of shoe that doesn't cost a fortune, because it's $135, not $200 plus here, and you do get some carbon infused anyway, plate action to go with some front flexibility. In Skechers, the other daily trainer is the Ride 9, weighs just 1/10 of an ounce less, at 34.28. It's a more kind of conventional riding shoe. It does have some flexibility. Actually, its Hyperburst foam is firmer, slightly firmer. It's a 47 versus 45, softer here. So this is a soft ride too. So if you like soft, kind of bouncy, springy, but with more than adequate upper hold and now some stability, this is a great new option from Skechers. So it's $135, and it will come to market now. You can get it now, including at our partners linked at the website, at the YouTube here. Thank you very much for watching. We have many, many, many written reviews over on our site, RoadTrailRun.com, literally hundreds per year. Hope you'll check that out. Also, our Instagram and our Facebook, roadtrailrun.com. Thank you very much for watching.